Pope Francis's coffin is at its final resting place at the Santa Maria Maggiore Basilica. Thousands of people, in fact, lined the streets along the route as the coffin was driven across Rome to the final resting place. In a break from centuries of tradition, Pope Francis, as per his final testament, will be the first pope in over a century to be buried outside of the Vatican. His final resting place, Rome's Basilica of St. Mary Major, is over 5 kilometers away from St. Peter's. Now, Pope Francis declared his desire to be entombed in the Santa Maria Maggiore Basilica in 2023. Located in the heart of Rome, the 5th century church already holds the tombs of 7 popes. The last pope to be buried there was Clement IX in 1669. Well, the last pontiff to be buried outside the Vatican was Leo XIII in 1903. The Argentine Pope passed away on the 21st of April, that was on Monday, at the age of 88, following a stroke. His death ushered in a period of ancient ritual and deep mourning for the 1.4 billion strong Roman Catholic Church. Now, in the past 3 days, about 250,000 people filed past his body, laid out in an open coffin before the altar of the 16th century St. Peter's Basilica.
My wife and I thought it was important to come here. We had great respect for Pope Francis, and we thought such an event doesn't happen often in a lifetime, so we thought it was important to come here.
World leaders joined the legions of the faithful to pay their final respects. The dignitaries included the Indian President Murmu, who paid homage to the Pope on Friday. The US President Donald Trump, in fact, arrived with the First Lady Melania Trump.
Unfolding very dramatically in various countries, especially Ukraine, as well as in Palestine, Israel, Lebanon.
The Ukraine's President Volodymyr Zelenskyy came with his wife Elena Zelenska. The French President Emmanuel Macron was also present.
Where he graduated in philosophy.
Virginia Joffrey, one of the most prominent survivors of Jeffrey Epstein's sexual abuse, has died by suicide. Virginia Joffrey's family has said that the 41-year-old died in New Gabby in Australia, where she had been living for several years. Virginia Joffrey was in fact one of the earliest and the loudest voices that called for criminal charges against Jeffrey Epstein and his enablers, and other Epstein abuse survivors had later credited her of giving them the courage to come out and speak out what was perpetrated on them. She's also provided critical information to the law enforcement that has contributed to the investigation and later the conviction of Epstein's associate Ghislaine Maxwell. Now, Virginia Joffrey was raised in Florida. She said that she was abused by a family friend, triggering a downward spiral that led to her living on the streets for a time as a teenager. She was attempting to rebuild her life when she met with Maxwell, Epstein's close confidant. Now, Maxwell then groomed her to be sexually abused by Epstein, and that abuse continued from 1999 till 2002. She also accused Epstein of trafficking her to his powerful friends, including Prince Andrew and French modeling agent Jean-Luc Brunel. Now, Epstein died reportedly again by suicide in New York prison in 2019 while he was awaiting trial on federal sex trafficking charges. His associate, Ghislaine Maxwell, a former British socialite, was found guilty for her role in recruiting young girls to be trafficked and abused by Epstein. Virginia Giuffre, in fact, filed a federal lawsuit against Prince Andrew in 2021, alleging that he had sexually abused her when she was just 17 years old. For all the latest news, download the WION app and subscribe to our YouTube channel.